Hello, welcome to your Summer 2020 Intro to Discrete Mathematics course. The purpose of this video is to show you around the online platform e-learning and to let you know how to get started with your summer course and how the course is going to work. So hopefully you're familiar with the e-learning platform at UNG. This discrete mathematics class will be fully online. So you'll find all of your materials and resources here on this page. When you log in to e-learning, which you'll do with your usual UNG credentials, the same login and password as you use for your email. When you log in, you should see a list of all of your courses. And if you click Intro to Discrete Mathematics, the page that you're seeing on my screen now will be the page that you should see. So I want to show you around this page a little bit. First of all, you'll notice here the largest section is announcements. So this is the section where your instructor will post any announcements for you, although many announcements will come via email. So the first and most important thing that you want to do when you're taking an online course is make sure that you're checking your email every day, and ideally more than once a day. If you have a smartphone, it's not a bad idea to just have your emails automatically show up on your phone so that you know as soon as you get one, because this is the primary way your instructor is going to be communicating with you. But your instructor will also use this announcement section to post important announcements, and you can see we've already got the first announcement here, which is your instructor has posted the syllabus. You can see as I scroll down, the text of your syllabus is all here, as well as there will be a link to a PDF version of this syllabus. And included in the syllabus here is the course schedule for the semester. Now, as always, any syllabus is a tentative syllabus with a tentative course schedule and a tentative grading scale. Should it become necessary to make any changes to these things, your instructor will let you know. So you want to make sure that you fully read your syllabus. Also, on the left side of the screen here is the course calendar for D2L. I would recommend still consulting first the course calendar in your syllabus or any updates from your instructor. But this is one other good way to see if you've got a due date. So you can see here at the end of the first week you'll have a week 1 discussion, a week 1 quiz, and it will show you the due dates for each assignment. Now, on the top left, you'll notice there's a content browser here with links to help you navigate through the course. But I would actually recommend that this is not the most user-friendly, in my opinion, this navigation menu, and rather I would refer you here on this blue bar to the content link, which is going to take you to the same place, but I believe it's a little bit easier to use. So let me point out these links here for you. If you click Course Home, it will take you back to actually the screen that you're seeing now. So if you have navigated elsewhere in the course and you need to get back to the home screen, this is Course Home, whereas this little icon in the corner is actually going to take you to your total home page with the list of all your courses. But if you want the course home page, you click Course Home. For content, I recommend using this content link. The discussions link will take you directly to the discussions, which will be a graded part of this class. You'll also see a quizzes link, which will take you to your quizzes directly. But there will be links to the discussions and the quizzes inside the content pages as well. So let's open up content and take a look. So I'm going to click content here on this blue bar. And on the left side, the column, I get an outline of the content. And it will tell me how many items are in each folder. As well as, you'll notice if you've viewed a content item, you'll get a check mark here, and if you have not, you'll see how many items are in the folder that you haven't viewed. So the first thing I'd like you to do is click Start Here, and you'll see here displayed Start Here at the top, and all of the folders that are within Start Here. So the first folder is an introduction, and inside it is a folder called Overview and Objectives. If we click that folder, you'll get a page called Introduction to Discrete Mathematics. And if I click here, what I'm going to see is an overview, and this is the same information that is contained in your syllabus. You want to make sure that you review this information carefully. Now notice here across the top of my screen, I have what are called breadcrumbs that I can follow back to any particular place that I want to go. So if I want to go back to the Start Here page that I was looking at, I'm going to click this one. So now I'm back at Start Here. I've already reviewed the introduction. I've got a check mark there. And then I see that there's a folder of syllabus items. So what is here is the full syllabus. If you wanted to print a copy of your syllabus, here's where you can access the PDF document. Otherwise, I've already shown you that the text is found in multiple places in this course page. So I could get a PDF copy of my syllabus here if I click Math 2510 Summer Syllabus 2020. But also, in the syllabus folder, we have a list of module sublessons. So this will be a handy reference for you as you're completing your way through the course, and then a link to a syllabus video. So there's a separate video that you can watch wherein you'll get an explanation of your syllabus, just like your instructor would do in a face-to-face course on the first day of the course. So you'll want to make sure that you review your syllabus and watch this syllabus video. After watching this orientation video and your syllabus video, if you still have questions about the course, you're more than welcome to email your instructor, and you can find his email address in your syllabus. So let's go back to Start Here and see what else is in this folder. I've reviewed the introduction and the syllabus materials, and here is a very important folder, Mandatory Attendance Activities. So for the online course, because we're unable to do the traditional role verification that we would do on an in-person course, which is basically just taking the attendance and making sure that you at least are showing up during the first week. In lieu of that, you have required attendance activities to let your instructor know basically that you have signed into the online course and that you are participating in the course. And these must be done within a certain time frame. You have to complete 2 activities. So here's a link that will tell you about the requirements. This takes you, as you can see, to the University of North Georgia's page where it says to be counted present in an online course, you must complete these 2 activities for each online course. So if you're enrolled in more than one course this summer, you have to make sure that you complete these activities for each course. So going back to Start Here and scrolling down to Mandatory Attendance Activities, I'll find a mandatory attendance quiz. And I should have a start and end date for this quiz, when this has to be completed by, as well as I will find a mandatory attendance discussion. What you want to do for the attendance discussion is just click the discussion. You'll come to this page that you're seeing now, and you want to introduce yourself. Things that you might tell us are where you're from, what your major or interests are in school, why you're taking this class, what your career plans are, your hobbies, other interests, anything that you feel like sharing with the class. You don't have to share too much personal information if you don't want to, but you can just tell us a little bit about yourself. And you'll see here that your professor has already introduced himself. So in order to complete this activity, you're going to hit Start a New Thread and type in a title like Get to Know Your Professor. So your title could just be Hello, or whatever you want your title to be, and then in the body you'll introduce yourself and share with the class whatever you'd like to share. But you have to at least post in the discussion and take the mandatory quiz in order to be counted present for the first week of class. If you fail to complete both of these activities in the first week of class, then you will be automatically withdrawn from this class. So here I am back at my Start Here module, and the last thing I want to point out is at the very bottom there are several helpful links that you need to click and make sure. One is a system checker, so since this is an online course, you need to make sure that you have the proper computer power, the proper operating system, or whatever you need in order to participate in this class. So the first thing you have to do is run the system checker. Then you'll watch a video about netiquette. What is netiquette? Netiquette is a set of standards, rules by which you will conduct yourself in the class to make sure that you are respecting the other individuals in the class and behaving appropriately within the class. So you will be responsible for reviewing that netiquette and meeting those standards. And then there are some other support links: online accessibility services, technical support, online tutoring, and so on. So these are helpful links for you that you should review. So now we've just about seen everything in our Start Here module. We're ready to start reviewing the course content. So I'm going to click Course Content, and along the left side of my screen here you'll see Module 0 is an Introduction to Discrete Mathematics. Module 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. There are a total of 8 modules, or 9 if you include the Introduction module, for this course. So in these folders you will find all of the resources and readings for the entire course. You'll want to do them in order, and if you consult the calendar in your syllabus, you'll see the dates by which you are expected to do each of these. So the first day after you review Start Here, you'll click Module 0, which I'll do now. And inside Module 0, again on the left side here, you'll notice that there are 4 folders. And every module for the entire course is going to be laid out exactly the same way, with these, actually mainly just these first 3 folders, which are the Overview and Objectives folder, the Readings and Resources folder, and the Assignments and Activities folder. If there are any additional optional materials, you might find them in one other folder, but these 3 folders are going to be in every module. Within the Overview and Objectives folder, you'll likely just find this one file, and if you click it, for each module you'll find objectives. So for example here, upon the completion of the module, students should be able to explain what it means for something to be discrete versus non-discrete. This is Module 0, so it's very short and simple. You just have the one objective, and then you'll also find an overview, and the overview is going to give you just a brief summary of the information found in this module, the topics covered, and what you'll be learning. So I'm going to follow my breadcrumbs back here to Module 0 so that I can see what else will be in every module. Module 0 has the Readings and Resources, just the links to the textbook. So your main textbook for this class, which of course is in your syllabus, is going to be this Applied Discrete Structures textbook, and there's a link because this is a free open resources textbook. So you can find the PDF right here. You don't have to purchase a textbook. But in your syllabus there's also a link to an interactive version. Also in Readings and Resources you have an optional additional textbook, Discrete Mathematics 3rd edition. This is also an open resources, very good textbook. So I also want to just show you the first module so that you can see a module that has a little bit more content in it. Again, Module 1, Sets and Functions, I will first find the overview and objectives, just like we had in Module 0. So here you can see that in Module 1 we have a number of specific objectives and a brief overview of the material that we'll be covering in this module. This is going to be the same setup for every module for the full 8 weeks of this course. For each module you will first want to review the objectives. At the end of the module, come back and see these objectives one more time and make sure that you are able to do the things that it says. Upon completion of the module, you should be able to, for example, write out sets using proper notation. At the end of your module, ask yourself, can I write out sets using proper notation? And if not, then you'll want to go back and review the material some more. So that's the first thing that we find inside our module, overview and objectives. Then we'll have readings and resources. So in Module 0, I showed you the links to the textbook, but what your instructor has done is put the full reading for each section here in Readings and Resources. So Module 1 is Sets and Functions, and there are 3 lessons. If I scroll through, I see Lesson 1.1, 1.2, 1.2a, and 1.3. So there are 3 sections covered here. And the order in which these documents are seen here is, again, the same order that you're going to follow for the entire course. So first, Lesson 1.1, this is the full reading for this section. So you should do the full reading for the section here in Lesson 1.1. Then below that, you'll find another PDF document, Module 1, Lesson 1. What this is the lecture note that are going to accompany your video lecture. And below that, you'll find a link to the video lecture. So what you'd want to do is click this Module 1, Lesson 1, which goes with your video lecture. And if you have a printer, print this out, because there are exercises here and you'll want to work along with the video lecture. So you have this PDF, you'll print it out. Then the third thing you'll do, coming back to Readings and Resources, is click the video lecture for Lesson 1.1. So here you'll see the same PDF that you are printing out and following along is here. And there's a video wherein your instructor or myself will walk through this lecture note, and this is basically the teaching part of the online course, as if you were in a classroom getting a lecture. Below that, you'll find completed lecture notes. So this is after creating the video, the lecture notes where the instructor has written things inside the notes and solved the problems. These will also be posted here for you. So you should be following along with your own notes. But if you need to refer back to what the instructor wrote during the video, that's here too. And then below that will be a link to Top Hat. Now, Top Hat is the external learning platform that you'll be using this semester to do your homework and your tests. And it's discussed a little bit more in the syllabus video that you must watch. But for each lesson, you will have an accompanying page in Top Hat. So if I click that, I should be able to see this is the exact same lecture note and the same video, but because you'll be doing your homework in Top Hat, I've put this, your instructor has put this information there as well so that it's easy. It's just for your convenience. You have the same information in 2 places so that if you're doing your homework in Top Hat, you don't have to come all the way back to D2L to see this page. So those 5 links will be present for every section. So we just reviewed Lesson 1.1. Then on the next day, you need to do Lesson 1.2. So you'll click each of these 5 links as I've discussed. Then Lesson 1.2a, and so on. Below the lessons, you'll find supplementary reading. So this is further reading for your information. If you want to know more or still don't understand a concept, think you need to read more, here is additional supplementary reading. And then below supplementary readings are additional videos. So these video links that you'll find here are just outside videos, not necessarily created by your instructor, but maybe videos on YouTube that you might like to watch to even further understand the concept. Below the extra videos is the 3rd folder in the module, the Assignments and Activities folder. So you'll want to access this folder after you've completed your lessons. You've clicked all of the links, you've read what you're supposed to read. And you'll see that for each module, there is a discussion and a quiz. You also have homeworks, but these are in Top Hat. So there's just a link from D2L into Top Hat. where you will see that you have to complete several homework questions in Top Hat. Not too many, just a few for each lesson. So this is how you'll navigate through this course. As I have said, each module you'll treat exactly the same way. First you'll do the reading, then you'll have the lecture note, watch the video, then you'll access Top Hat, do your homework, complete a quiz, do a discussion, and you'll repeat that for each lesson, a homework, and then for each module, a quiz. So you'll repeat this process until we get through the 8 modules. I also want to point to a couple other links here on the left side of your screen. You'll see virtual office hours. So this is discussed in the syllabus video. Your instructor is going to be hosting virtual office hours every day, Monday through Friday, between 9 and 11 a.m. Eastern in Collaborate Ultra. Collaborate Ultra is a built-in meeting platform, and there's a link here that your instructor has provided for you. So if you were to click that link, it should take you to Collaborate Ultra, and you'll see the virtual office hours meeting is already set up. So all you have to do is join the meeting. Let's get back to our D2L page. So you've got your virtual office hours and a link to an Ask Your Instructor discussion, although it is strongly preferred that you just go ahead and email your professor. So this will be the end of the introduction video. If you have any further questions, please contact your instructor. His email address is in your syllabus.